You're such an asshole.
Morning, we got hop to it here at assholeconsulting.com, where if you got questions and you got money, I got answers when you give me that money. Assholeconsulting.com. Matt writes, hey Aaron, how much for a video where you give your advice to your high school self, and also what kind of advice would you give to upcoming Gen Z? Outstanding question, because of the capacity to help young kids today, especially if you're in high school, avoid the pain and misery of your elders. And what happens is, this is very important video. I'm not joking. This is really important, because if you're in high school or you know someone in high school, you should be forwarding this to your friends and your buddies. And then you say, oh yeah, sure, another old fart. Well, the reason you don't believe your elders is because your elders that you interact with consists of majority your parents, which you're probably sick of by now, I know. But then your teachers. And no offense, your teachers don't know jack motherfucking all shit. And I do, trust you me, I could understand where you get sick and tired of listening to your teachers. So, the short version of this is, for however long this video is, if you listen to this video and you do and heed the advice herein, you are going to save yourself decades. Decades. If I were to give this to my younger, little old Aaron Clary self, I would have saved decades of not only time, I would have made hundreds of thousands of dollars more, and life would have been a hell of a lot easier. A hell of, psychologically, physically, everything. Everything. So, important video, forward it, and we'll talk about some other stuff later. Alright, let's talk about what I would have told myself in high school. The first thing I would have told myself in high school is try not to attend it. The K through senior, K through 12 education system is a waste of time, especially if you're smart. And if you could get out of it or shorten it, you're going to do yourself a world of good. Now, in my day, the quickest way to do it was to get your GED. You drop out, you take your GED, and then back then, oh God, a GED was horrible, and you couldn't go to college, and oh my God, was that? Now, not so much. You could go, you don't have to graduate from high school to go to college. You can go to your local community college. You can go to Western Governors University online. It's accredited. You can go to Arizona State University online. The colleges will accept you. You could take college, and you can get college credit. So you go to your local community college. First, you drop out, you get your GED, you drop out. Depends on the state you're in. Sometimes you can take your GED at 16. I think I even heard as early as 14. God bless it if you can. But if I was a particularly sharp person, I would at least drop out or get the GED and start applying to community college or go to college that way. See if you can do it. You could always go back to high school. You go, end of the year. Herman dropped out in 1963. Hey, you went back to high school, got a high school diploma. Fine. Plan B. But honestly, if I were to tell myself, unless you're like the Harvard track route, like your parents, you get the perfect squeaky clean 4.0, you're one of those assholes, you wanted to play and have a childhood instead. Unless you're one of those Ivy League bound people, what I would have told myself is said, look, young Clary, get your GED and get the hell out of this hellhole. This is a prison. High school, K through 12 is a prison. You're wasting your time here. Go to the local community college, or take classes online, which we didn't have back in those days, and start working on your college degree. Now, has anybody asked you if you graduated with a high school diploma and a job application? No, it's like college. What's your college education? Oh, here's what it is. And if they ask you, you say, well, yeah, I put a GED down, but then you got your bachelor's degree. Like, oh, well, he's got his bachelor's degree. He must have turned it around or something like that. So I think 16 is the eldest universally. But you can get at least 2 years jump on the rest of the normies and conformies by getting your GED and go to college. Now, you're going to want to research this. Don't just walk into the principal, fuck you, dude, I'm out of here. You should research this for your state. See if colleges, universities will take you, depending on your age, or blah, blah, blah. So that's the first thing I would do. Now, along the same vein, there are online high schools now that you can attend. I know Minnesota here, where I'm at, they have a program where you can attend a digital high school. And then there's another website where you can get, I'll probably look that up. Wait, it's right here. Hang on. I have it marked. jmhs.com/online high school diploma program. Okay? Dashes in between online high school diploma program. All right? So the internet is now allowing it that you don't even have to set foot in that frickin' prison. Right? You can do it at home. And then self-homeschool. Say, Mom, Dad, I'd like you to homeschool me. And I know you're busy because your careers are more important than your children, and you're running around. But please, like, if you're the type of person to get, like, you know, you got a high IQ, take an IQ test online. You got a high IQ, you're bored at school. You think you're dumb because you got 2.1 GPA. You may be surprised. You may not be stupid. So what I would do is stay at home and homeschool. Now, your parents are going to, well, I don't have time. Fine, I'll teach myself. So you can go to an online program like this, or you just go online on the internet. I don't know if you noticed this, but you don't need teachers no more. You got the freaking internet. All you have to do is Thomas Woods. Go to Thomas Woods. Download. He's got a homeschooling curriculum that you can download. You might have to pay for it. I don't know. But there are plenty of homeschooling resources. They'll teach you to the standards of the state, and then you graduate. Now, here's the other thing. How much time do you piss away on that damn bus? Riding back and forth. How much time do you waste on that? You could wake up at 9 a.m., get some really good sleep, really crack down on your studying, you know, from like, say, let's say you clean up. Let's say you start at 10. You really crack down 2 hours. By the time noon comes around, you have a little bit of lunch. Then you crack down again, do your homework, right? You learn the material. You're at 2 p.m., 2:30ish or so. If you're particularly smart, you download history podcasts on the history of the American Revolutionary War. There's a podcast about it. There's a detailed podcast that goes through all the details of everything you have. Download that on your headphones, 2 p.m. Your buddies are still stuck in school. And then you go out and run, or you hit the gym, or you go work, or something like that. Listen to headphones, whatever. So you make it's just a much more efficient use of your time. They don't have to deal with any of the crap that comes with school. So that'd be the number one bit of advice I'd give my high school self, is find a way out of this goddamn prison. All right? That'd be the first. Still got to get educated. Still got to go to school. Still got to go to college. But given the internet, especially nowadays, I mean, back then it was like you get your GED and good luck to you. But now, you got so many, with the internet, oh my gosh, it is so easy to educate yourself and so much more efficient. It takes you half the time when you're done diddling around with waiting for the bus drives all over, it picks up Hermigo Schlomacher, and then you go and you finally get to the school. Oh, we have home hour. Nothing learns there, you're barely awake, then you're tired. No way. I would just try to avoid high school altogether. And it's possible today. So that's the first. Your parents may not like it, but if your parents think about it. Then I would, if you can't, you got to go to school, okay, then the next thing is you want to get a jump on college. So I would still attend community college at night. I know Bobby's parents take some to soccer practice, then chess practice, then basketball practice, and then run up the hill practice. Nothing wrong with sports, but unless you have some amazing athletic ability, it's a waste of time. I would be going to community college, and I'd be getting a jump on your prereqs and knock those things out. Or tech school, okay? That's another thing I would do, is a trade program or something like that, depending on what you want to do. That's what I would be doing with my free time. And then also taking DSST and CLEP classes or tests, where you could test out. I know they all say you got to take AP courses, but again, the speed of public schools is the speed of molasses. You'll inevitably get there. If you're much more of a self-learner, you're learning at home, you can take these classes called DSST, it was put out originally by the military, and CLEP tests, which will allow you to test out. So if you take these classes, you can either get credit or test out of some universities' classes. Depending on the university you go to, sometimes they're pricks. They say, well, okay, you'll get credit for that, but you still have to take more classes then because they want your money. But that's another thing. You can read the book Worthless about that. Okay, number 3-ish relative, that was all how to get out of high school early and get a jump on college or your career or trade school or something like that. Next thing I would do, I would hit the gym. This is for the boys more than the girls. Again, I'm giving myself advice. This BS, I don't know if they're kept in the 80s and 90s, all the single mothers told their little boys, you should be a nice, sweet young man, because girls like a sensitive... Boys, girls want a big, ripped dude that can beat the shit out of the other dudes and protect their children in a Darwinistic sense, right? And at the high school, not to say you should be having sex at that age or anything like that, they want a guy that can rock the world in bed. That means you have to be ripped, right? Now, not go to the gym. In other words, the amount of time you will waste this is when you get out of high school, the amount of time you go looking for girls, be it at a club, at a bar, at social functions, I would say it's almost a ratio of 7 to 1, between 5 and 7 to 1. For every hour you spend at the gym, that is the equivalent of you going out and trying to meet a girl. In whatever capacity. Dances, just out in public, parties, whatever. All you boys go out in this, because I did it. I was the stupid idiot. What? Girls like me for me? Okay, Mom. Okay, everybody. Okay, all right. I'll go out because that's what the media and the television said. So, hi. Here I am, this twiggy, 120-pound kid, junior in high school. And then I inevitably got up almost to 150 pounds my senior year. And I did look normal. But then college came, I had to work, and I dropped right back down. Dude, girls do not want a nice, caring, sensitive guy. They want the big, ripped dude, okay? So look at The Rock. Look at The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Look at his high school picture, and then look at the dude now. Dude's almost 50, and look at him now. Now, I'm not saying you're all going to become looking like The Rock. That's a full-time job, all right? But for every hour you spend in the gym, that saves you between 5 and 7 hours out there in the freaking field pissing away your time trying to find a girl, right? You have to let your body do your work for you. And I don't care if you don't like the gym. I hate the gym. It's the number one thing I hate in my life, all right? But you got to hit the gym, right? Not so much cardio. Cardio, you should do some cardio for your own heart health and all that. But you're hitting the weight. You're going to do military press, bench press. I'm not into squats. I don't know why everyone's like, you got to do squats. No, I don't. I go hike a lot. I don't have to. But you got to make your body look good. And that also comes along with it, dieting right. There's no carbs. There's no sugar. You can get away with it when you're young. But that's the other thing, as I tell myself, is I'd hit the gym. Way more efficient. And already, because I know you boys, because you got hormones, you're going to piss away whatever free time, especially whatever free time I had, most of that was dedicated towards chasing girls. I remember I did a survey once. I said, based on increments of 5 years, so 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, what percent of your free time did you spend chasing girls? And like in the teens to the 20s, it was all like 100% or 80%. And then like, once you hit 30, you're bam, it drops off. You're like, screw this shit. So boys, you hit the gym. That's your next part. It's a part-time job. Start doing it now. Hit the gym. I already talked about taking college classes now. Work. You should work while you're in high school. Like, Aaron, how could I do it? If you are more efficient with your time, you will have time to work. Now, you can work smart or you can work hard. I worked hard. I didn't work smart. I collected cans when I was like 8, although that's not really a job. I worked at a landscape company. I worked at a meat locker plant. This was all physical labor. And I was paid, not adjusting for inflation, I think I was paid like $3.30 an hour, which is nothing. The benefit high school kids have today, and younger people have today, is that I thought my generation was lazy. Holy shit, Batman. Do you know, like, there are people are willing to pay $20 an hour for a decent babysitter? And the problem is that $20 an hour, that's great, but the problem is you can't have adults do it because adults are kind of like, are they pedophiles? Are they creepy? But you get your 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid who shows up on time, is clean cut, and they show up regularly. You could get a reputation, hand out business cards. It's the easiest thing in the world. I try to get a buddy of mine's kid to like, dude, you're smart, you can handle this, whatever. Typical teenager. But that's the difference between working smart and working hard. So you don't have a lot of skills, but it's worth investing some time to develop skills. I'll talk about computer programming here in a little bit. But if you can learn some skills that are in demand and people don't give a damn how old you are, you could start charging $15, $20, $25 an hour. You got to go and get those skills first. So I would, learn some skills. We're going to talk about it later. But there should be some opportunities out there. Don't go work at McDonald's, all right? I mean, yeah, if it's the only gig in town, but there's got to be something else, something online you could do. This is where you start planting the seeds of entrepreneurship. So I say, okay, look, what can you do? Think of something that you can do or a skill you can learn that is in demand that you could do, part-time or at night. So maybe there's nothing, maybe in the economy that you live, the local town that you live in, there's nothing out there. that presents such an opportunity. But man, you don't have to make money locally. You can make it on the internet. Right? I'm sure you guys are aware of the internet. Most of your interaction and socializing is on the internet, so there might be some economic opportunities on the internet. This is a little bit hard. It's not like, oh yeah, just go make $20 an hour babysitting, but it could be that easy. It could be that simple. So think about this. Now, related to that, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on, but if you're homeschooling yourself, you got yourself a lot of free time. I would learn auto mechanics, computer repair, and computer programming. I'd learn computers and mechanics. Right? Maybe carpentry in there too. The reason for this is multifold. One, it's going to save you a ton of money. You being a poor college student or a poor 20-something, your car's going to break down. And you can pay, Robbie and Thieves, the local auto shop. It's called Robbie and Steve's. We call it Bobby and Steve's. We call it Robbie and Thieves. You could pay them $300 an hour to fix your car, or you could fix it yourself. And that's going to come in real handy. And coincidentally, before you say, but my dad doesn't know how to repair cars. No Gen X father knows how to repair cars. No father. My dad didn't know how to repair cars. You got YouTube, okay? That's what you got. YouTube's your new father. You go there, hey, Dad, how do I do this? All right, and that's what you do, okay? So you self-instruct. You self-teach. And you get some tools. Your dad should have tools laying around. Hopefully he does. If not, you're going to have to go buy some. Well, I don't have it. Go babysit. These are solutions to the problem. Don't expect your parents to solve these problems. You're going to have to do this yourself, right? But the point is, not only will you save money fixing your own car, now you can offer your services. Dude, if you're a competent mechanic, say Ford, I remember my buddy Ty, he could fix cars. He was 16, he could fix cars. And he could have charged, and he did. I was like, how do you replace brake pads? I didn't know how to do that. He's fixing it up right away. Holy crap, look at him go. So if you have that ability, you can charge. Same thing with computer repair. If you know how to fix a computer or repair a computer or put one together, you can not only fix your own problems, but you can start offering services over at school. Oh, your tablet ain't working? Let me take a look at it. Get paid first. Get paid first, by the way. And then these skills you can put immediately on your resume. Immediately you can start saying, yeah, I worked on mechanics, computer. You can go online, get some certifications, especially in the computer world. And this is age irrelevant. You can be 17 and get your A+ certification. You absolutely can. So do you want to go and, we're going to go to the wrestling match? I remember, because that's what we do, is we drag all the family around to watch the other kids' sport because we didn't want to do it. So here we are watching, wrestling. I think my brother was in a wrestling match. And the hours wasted where the kids are just wandering around the hallways, got nothing else to do. Now you guys are looking at your phone doing social media. No, BS. Be at home. Don't waste a minute of your day. You're always on something, learning something. You're either taking your classes for calculus and learning it online. You're either listening to podcasts about the American Revolution. You're either looking at a YouTube video trying to figure out how to clean a carburetor on a motorcycle. That's what I would be doing. You do not let a minute waste in your day. And then you'd be surprised by the time everyone's graduating from high school. What are they? Well, Tina, she played in a lot of plays and she's going to major in theater. And Amy, she got a volleyball scholarship because she hits the ball over the net and then they hit it back and then she hits it back. Oh, they didn't hit it back. They got a point. They got a point on that side of the fence. And that doesn't solve cancer or make money. I could get a scholarship. Yeah, you know what? The money for you playing really shitty sports ends at college. And you better be a fucking pro. Then you make some money, or a lot. Otherwise it ends. I cannot emphasize not wasting your time on sports enough. I think I even have that in this list. So I would lean, and then even attending a boot camp online, a programming boot camp. You could come out of high school, be 18, and have certifications that are on par with people graduating from college. Now, you won't have the college degree, but you'll have these certifications. You could directly apply for jobs. You don't have to go through 4 years. Ideally, certainly go to college or trade school if, on the side. It's not going to hurt. But if you get lucky and you teach yourself all these computer programming certifications or computer networking certifications, it's feasible. You could go right up to the employer, knock, 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 I'd like to go program for you. All right, let's see what your portfolio looks like. Now, do you have a master's degree in software engineering? Because it hasn't been taken over by HR just yet. Okay, so here we are. Yeah, do not participate in high school sports. It is a waste of time. master a martial art, you spar in instead. All right, I am all for playing sports. But let's be honest. I think it was 1 in 19,000 people who play sports actually become pros. This doesn't mean you shouldn't play sports, but once it's not fun, once you're doing drills back and forth, get here at 6 a.m., we're going to drill, fuck that. You're not going to be the next Michael Jordan. You're not going to be the next Brett Favre. You're not going to be the next whoever does the other thing with that ball that goes through the fence at a certain time. You're not. I had more fun because we had fun. Sports was fun. We played sports in the neighborhood. Now, I don't know if you got neighborhoods anymore. Kids are allowed to go and play with other kids without people worrying. But if you want, join intramural leagues. Like when you're in high school, you're more or less physically an adult. Join your dad's softball league. Join your dad's baseball league. Join your mom's volleyball league or whatever. Meetup.com. You don't have to. There's fees. Fees associated with high school. You need this fee and that fee and the equipment. No. Meetup.com. Hey, bring your hockey stick. We're playing pond hockey over here at this time. I would do Meetup.com and just go have fun playing sports. Right? Don't make it where it's a chore. Again, that's a waste of time. You could be learning programming. You could be learning mechanics. You could be doing something else. And the only reason I say that is because it's not fun when you play these sports and it's all serious and you're going to, we got to go to state. Oh, we're in state. If you are ever proud that you made it to state, you got priorities mixed around. Making it to state doesn't translate into a six-figure salary. And all you're going to guarantee you when you're older, I got my letter, I got my badge on my letter jacket. Do they even do letter jackets anymore? I don't know if they do. That's all gone. That's all pissed away time. My favorite was when I was teaching dance class. Again, for fun. Community education. A bunch of old people came in. I'd teach them tango, salsa, ballroom, standard, swing, all that. And they were having fun. They weren't competing. They weren't going to go and compete at a platinum level or anything like that. And then I'd always talk to some gal my age, getting older, starting looking a little long in the tooth. I could tell. I said, did you ever dance before? Yeah, I did tap, jazz, and ballet. Not one woman. Not one. Whoever I saw do tap, jazz, and ballet ever did anything after high school. It is a waste of time. Time you don't have. Time that if you invest wisely before you're 18, you will be able to save thousands of hours, years of your life down the road and pay you dividends. And we're talking early retirement, having more fun, blah, 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 blah. So I would not participate in high school sports. Go play in the neighborhood. Go play for fun. Because once you participate in high school, and middle school it's a little bit, but high school, then they're serious. And it ain't fun. It's a freaking part-time job. And I don't know about you, but if I'm busting my ass off, I'd like to make some freaking dough. Now, the martial arts, I will admit this. You do want to learn in martial arts, in part for men and ladies. Men, so you can fight in case you run into bullies. Although if you're too small, you're going to have to... The martial arts won't really matter. You have to bring mace or something in there to fight off the bullies. But ladies, it's best that you learn how to throw a punch and kick a guy right in the nuts in case you're ever assaulted, in case there's a rapist or something like that. So I would master a martial art. It's just something to learn. Plus, it's good to have that discipline. You would learn the discipline in sports. I know, well, you learn discipline in sports. Yeah, but there's no functional, practical purpose to throwing a ball real good through a hoop. Right? Well, I mean, you play basketball real well then. But martial arts is a little bit something different where, yeah, it might save your life down the road. Learning how to swing a stick at a sphere that's going, 90 miles an hour across a plate, that doesn't save lives, let alone your own. Doesn't mean you shouldn't play it, though. I'm going to piss off all the jocks. All right, boys, do not waste your time or psychological resources over girls. Again, I'm talking to myself. If you want to know why I should tell a younger female in high school? I don't know because I wasn't a girl. So boys, I know your hormones and your biology and 2 million years of human evolution have programmed you to do this. You are just the number one thing in your life is going to be girls. Right? The problem is that you do not get girls by chasing them. This goes back to why you hit the gym. Why do you go to the gym? You go to the gym to get muscles. Right? There are not girls. Sometimes there are girls at the gym, but that's not why you're going to the gym. You're going to the gym to lift weight to get muscles. Why are you doing that? Because that's going to attract the girls. Right? The girls will be attracted to you. As a high school boy, you have nothing to offer these women. Freshman year, 18, no, 18, you're 14. You're a 14-year-old kid, you're 100, 120 pounds. What do you offer women, girls, at that time? Nothing. You're small, you're short, you're twiggy. I don't even know if you got joints. Everybody looks like they're rubbery. I used to do jiu-jitsu, and like freshmen, sophomores, and high schoolers or freshmen would come in. And my weight class, because I'm a smaller guy, was junior and freshman to junior high school students, and they're all rubbery. I'm like, dude, what? Where's your strength? What happened? Anyway, you have nothing to offer these girls. So if you start chasing after girls, you're going to repulse them. They want nothing to do with you. You're not tall, you're not strong, you're not older, you ain't got a car, you have no resources, you have no game, you don't belong in no sports, you don't know how to fix cars. You have to view yourself as a blank computer disk, a blank computer hard drive, with no programs on it whatsoever. And this is, in short, the lesson about becoming a man. Not necessarily to attract women, just becoming a man in general. You have to go out on your own journey and add your own programs and do your own things and become your own man, develop your own hobbies and strengths and all that, so that there are programs on your hard drive, that there are video games the girl would like to play. So as a freshman, you got nothing. You're just giving this girl, hey, you want to play with this? And it's got Pong. No girl's going to want that. So and even though your genetics and hormones are screaming at you to chase girls, it's going to be a waste of time. I can't think of a larger waste of time and resources. My buddy and I were talking about like how we'd have probably mathematically 2 doctorates in high-level STEM fields if we just didn't chase women and instead repurposed our time towards studying. Right? And we'd probably have more success going to school, not chasing girls. Why? Because we would have developed a lot more income, a lot more interesting personalities, a lot more hobbies, be in better physical shape, and became what women wanted. So that when we did chase after girls, or we did present ourselves to women, they would have said, oh yeah, we'll go out with you. But right now, no girl wants you because you're a dopey, little, scrawny, little 14-year-old kid. Now you'll grow up into maybe a big, strong 18-year-old kid, which is good. Hit the gym, hit the track, play your martial arts, but you are going to waste your time chasing women. You get women through self-improvement, okay? And the benefits of self-improvement is you improve yourself. You increase your earnings capacity, you increase your physique, you increase your health, you increase your mind, you improve everything. You become a better man. But if you just chase girls, and I've seen them, guys, I've seen them. Oh, have I seen them? I get clients. How do I meet girls? I'm 26, and I sit at home. I'm a computer programmer. I'm afraid of girls. I don't have a social life. I don't work out. It's like, well, yeah, you're bald, fat, and ugly, and you offer nothing. I know this may shock you guys. Girls aren't excited about your computer programming ability, right? And they're excited about the money that computer programming ability makes, but that has to also be attached to a physical man they like to fuck, right? So, and if you go, again, if you chase girls, you're failing yourself. You're not investing that money and time to make yourself a man. And all you do is become this sad, dopey, 26-year-old live-at-home virgin who, granted, okay, good, you're really good with computers, but you offer nothing of value otherwise. So don't even bother wasting your time chasing girls. Improve yourself. And down the road, it's not going to happen today or tomorrow. It isn't. I know you want to get laid today and tomorrow. You're not. You're not. Go to the gym. Improve your mind. Get some skills. Learn jiu-jitsu. Get some classes out of the way. Get a life going on. And you will not fail. Even if you don't get girls, guess what? Now you have higher earnings potential. Now you're in better physical shape. You're an improved guy. I can almost guarantee you, though, you will attract more women when you are an improved man rather than this blank slate of 14-year-old freshman slop. Okay? So I would not even bother. Honestly, I would probably not have even bothered dating until your junior year, late junior year. Because it was just, it's painful. It's painful. Not in an awkward sense, just a waste of time. Down the road, you're not there yet, but when you get older, I would not bother with bars and nightclubs. This seems to be, the millennials are learning this. The millennials, bars and nightclubs are closing down. You guys are all meeting each other online, but I would not even bother going out. I'm sure you see the TV and the news, or not the news, the TV and the movies, And we saw, oh, like that was the thing. Like when you graduate, you go to the nightclub. Oh, isn't that exciting? And there's lights flashing and music. It's a waste of time. Just a waste of time. I would recommend, once you're of legal age to go to like an 18 plus night. Go there, figure it out, see what and trust your instincts. You're like, wow, this is loud. I'm not meeting anybody here. I'm not having fun. And I don't like the music. Okay, that's not your scene. Don't go there again. It's just a waste of time. Second thing, I would have joined ROTC, or junior ROTC, ROTC, with the plan of going into the military. Absolutely. I would have joined junior ROTC. So whether you're homeschooled or not, find it, go it, join it, and do it. Oh, this is important for the boys. I would have ridden a motorcycle to school. I would have gotten my driver's license. First thing I would have done is qualify for my motorcycle license. And then I'd ride a motorcycle to school. This is kind of a cheat. This is you're now a sophomore at least. Okay, you're not a rookie freshman no more. Maybe you could pull off a girl. That's not going to interrupt your self-improvement. Not going to interrupt your studying. Not going to interrupt you're taking salsa dance classes, or it's not going to interrupt your programming, boot camp, or whatever. Getting a motorcycle is going to give you one good leg up in getting the girls. Girls like motorcycles. It's also going to help you become a really good mechanic. Had I got a motorcycle at 30, 31 because of gas prices. I can't afford $4 a gallon, so I got this little 250 engine motorcycle. I had no idea I'd love it so much. And the amount of freedom that comes with it. Now, your mom is probably going to have something to say about this. Matter of fact, your dad might have something to say about it too. If you could convince them somehow, you may have, but if you can't, you may have to wait till you're 18. In the ideal world, though, you'll get a motorcycle. You're not going to get a crotch rocket. You're not going to go 120 miles an hour, and you're not going to kill yourself. You're going to get it to show up to be the bad boy, all right? Which, down the road, we'll explain later. But it's fuel efficiency, they're fun, and as you grow up and become an older man, just be able to hop on a motorcycle and go to Alaska I think that was probably one of the top 5 experiences in my life, is like hopped on the motorcycle, rode to Alaska. See ya, I'm out of here. And I wouldn't recommend that at 16 though. Your parents wouldn't. Where's he going? I don't know. He hasn't been back in 5 weeks. But learn to ride a motorcycle, ride in school, learn to maintain and repair your motorcycle. Get your parents' permission first, because moms have a weird thing about their children dying early. I don't know what it is. Here's something I wish I would have done more, especially with English teachers. If you're stuck in that prison and your teacher's blathering on, and you just don't understand the question, and it's not to be rude, but I hate teachers so much. Raise your hand and say, what is the point of this? Connect this to the real world and why this is going to be applicable. Like, when am I going to use this? A lot of people use that in math. Don't use it in math class, because you will use that stuff. You go into engineering and whatnot. But English, no. If you get some teachers, because I know now my generation are the teachers. I keep hearing stories about like these teachers telling their students, like they're using their students as a psychological cushion, or like a therapy session. If your teachers suck, go to the principal and say, this sucks. I'm not learning jack. I mean, when do we learn something that's practical here? This is my time, taxpayers' money. Now, good luck getting the principal to listen, but if the teacher blathers on, I'd be, excuse me, what's the point of this? It's just like, no, I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to teach me here and when I'm going to use this, because until I see why it's practical, and this is key, I just keep falling asleep. I don't know if I can see a real reason to pay attention to stay awake for this. I will, but most English teachers, because again, well, I'm not going to go into why teachers have jobs, but I'll let you do that. But if your teachers start getting out of line, call them on it. Let's put it that way. Don't look for a reason to be the freaking, was it David Hoog or Hogg? Be some kind of crusader. I'm going to stick it in. No. Like if the teacher, you think, is like, hey, are we going to get back to history? We going to get back, or they go off on politics? Like, excuse me, what's politics? No. What's politics got to do with this? Can we go back to ABCs and reading, writing, and arithmetic? And that's it. Those are kind of the advice I give myself. In general, The ideal situation would be to avoid high school altogether, to get out of that system. You're still going to need a high school diploma online or through homeschooling, but if you can get out of that matrix, if you can get out of that prison, that's the optimal outcome. If you can't, if you're forced to attend it physically, then I would be as non-participatory in high school as possible. If there's a really cool club you like we belong to the Strategist Club, it's basically the board game club, that was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. That was kind of cool. Because you do need a critical mass of people, and school accommodates for that. But otherwise, that is a prison where you're on house arrest, where you go to work release. That's what it is. High school is work release. You're allowed to go back home and spend the 2 hours maybe with your folks at max after you spend 9 hours with the teachers and they indoctrinate you. Try to avoid that system altogether. But if you must go, I'd be as non-participatory as possible. I want to go to the rallies. I'm not going to participate in high school sports. I'm not going to... Don't go to prom. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. I wouldn't date. It's like shitting in your own yard. Don't shit where you eat. That kind of thing. You date Susie Q or Amy, you date Bobby Joe. Well, now you guys see Bobby Joe because it ain't going to work on... Just, date people in different school districts. But you go there, you get your job done, behave, don't get in fights, don't start no trouble. Be polite, be civil to both teachers and your peers. Non-confrontation. You don't want to get any of this high school bullshit drama. You put in your time, you hop on the bus and you get home. Or you hop on your motorcycle, you hop on your bike and get out. I just avoid the bus too. I mean, school starts when you get picked up at the bus. That's why I call it 9 hours. Well, my school is only 6.5. Yeah, but you're on that bus for an hour each way. So I would just avoid it as much as you can. And if you have to go, keep your head down, keep your nose clean, and then focus on outside. I mean, shoot, I would think about how much you could get away with this. Like, if you're in history class, you're studying, not history class, let's say you're in math class or something, like you could study on your own stuff. You could study, like, let's say here's a perfect example. Let's say you're taking a history class at the community college, and then you got to take a history class in high school. Well, you're studying history. You got a history book open. What are you doing? I'm studying history. Oh, okay. Little does he or she know that it's for actual college credit, not to sit and listen to them blather on about the Appomattox Courthouse. So, yes, just that's what I would do, is try to get out of high school as much as possible. All right, now, advice to Gen Z. It's kind of the same advice I give here, the same advice I gave before, but I came up with some stuff. All right, first, learn from the millennials' mistakes. I wrote an article called What Gen Z Can Learn from Millennials. Look it up. You'll find it on captaincapitalism.blogspot.com. So that kind of is a little bit more concrete. Otherwise, here's the list, and it's very simple stuff, guys. Very simple stuff. 1, don't major in stupid shit. All right? If you don't know what stupid shit is, I got a book out there called Worthless. It is worth even your own money, not your parents, but your own money, to go buy it and read it. It's only like, I think, $8 paperback, maybe 12 audiobook. But that is what every high schooler should read. Every high schooler, I'm not joking, not because it would make me a millionaire. It would, and I deserved it. But it would save trillions of dollars. And I do mean that. It would save trillions, given how much you guys are about to spend on worthless degrees. It would save Americans trillions of dollars. And not to mention billions of human years, cumulatively speaking, because there's millions of you going to college. So that'd be the first one. Major in the right thing. If you don't know, get the book Worthless. It's on Amazon. There's a hard way and the really hard way related to this. Right now, you are misled to believe how easy life should be. You're entitled to this, you're going to achieve great things, No. That's your parents. That's your parents telling you that, and that's your teachers telling you that. And you know what? They're just passing you on. I hate to say that about most parents. Most parents just want to lie to you so you feel good, and they do not want to tell you about the real world. The real world is infinitely harder than you think it's going to be. And what you've been led and lied to, consciously or not, maliciously or not, you have been lied to about how hard the real world is going to be. So what most of you are told is that you can major what you want and follow your heart and the money will follow. That is the really, really hard way. Okay? So what I'm going to explain is the 2 options, right? Your expectations of life's difficulty is down here. This does not exist. This is a lie. This is what your parents and teachers have been misleading you to believe. It's down here. There's the hard way, which is the easiest way that life is going to treat you and that you can live through it. And then there's the really hard way, which is about 2/3 of you are going to do. And what the difference is between the hard way and the really hard way is the hard way is you just admit up front, I'm going to have to major in something tough. I'm going to have to learn programming. I'm going to have to learn math. I'm going to have to do engineering. I'm going to have to become an accountant. I'm going to have to become a CPA. I'm going to have to be a nurse practitioner. I'm going to have to go into medical school. I am going to have to put in my dues and bite the bullets up front now. Because everyone's been misled down here, follow your heart and the money follow, you think you're going to go and you're going to major in easy slop. I'm going to become a teacher. I'm going to become a counselor. I like children. I work good with children. I'm going to major in, and boys, tell me if I'm wrong here. This is the majority of the girls you know in high school. Child psychology. All these degrees that are fluffy, easy, math avoidant are worthless. But they're worse than worthless because they guarantee you're going to go and do life the really hard way. And the reason why is that the people who major in STEM, engineering, programming, or whatever, that's hard, right? You're going to not only invest that same amount of time, effort, and energy, and money, by the way, in those 4 years of education, maybe 6. You're going to go and not find any jobs, and you're going to spend the rest of your life trying and pleading and scrambling and clawing to find some kind of employment, which makes it really hard. These guys, after they put in their 4 years of lumps and biting bullets, they find jobs, and life starts to work for them. It was hard, but not really hard. You guys put in the same amount, then you major in stupid crap, which means now you have to fight for jobs. You're not paying off your student loans. Guys, trust me. Trust me. This is people my age. I'm 43, and I see it now. Predominantly women who majored in the liberal arts, getting their masters in social works, their masters in library education, these worthless degrees that have no real jobs attached at the end of them. They still have student loans. They bitch and whine about the wage gap. They make maybe $40,000 to $45,000, and they're in their 40s. You make $40,000, $45,000 out of college. That's not bad, especially high school. It's not great either, but that's commendable for a 21-year-old that you can live off of that. Bravo. You're 58. And you're going to get your master's in public health administration. And I've seen them, guys. And they're got people in their 50s. They have student debt. I also do finance classes as well. And I know, retirement-wise, you're not going to retire. They want to retire at 65. You're not retiring at 65. They are crippling their retirement. Their entire lives are completely wasted. They will have to work till they're dead. Do you see why that is the really hard way? Because of a mistake you made back in high school thinking, I'm just going to major in political science and journalism. No, you're not. Well, you can, and you can ruin your life. Very literally, ruin your life. Or you admit up front right now, go join the military, get the GI Bill, have college paid for by the military, learn programming, learn electrical engineering, geology. It doesn't have to be college. It could be the trades. Mechanic, carpentry, welding, something. Right? Those people have, it's hard, but it's the easiest way through life. Most of you, 2/3 of you are going to major in the liberal arts, and you're going to make it the really hard way. And then you're going to bitch and whine about how you have student loans that you should be bailed out like the bankers. Again, don't become like my generation or the millennials. Right? I already led to this. Men, you should switch your focus from women to work, and women, you should focus or change your focus from work to men or family, right? It doesn't mean you shouldn't have a career. It means that your genetics and your biology, like men are programmed to chase after women, you are programmed to want to have children and have a family. You can deny it. You can believe the propaganda and the lies of your feminist teachers and feminism. You should get a career in that. I'm for it. Please go get a career. Major in engineering. Become a dentist. Become a doctor. Go do it. But never deny yourself what you really want out of life. Ask yourself honestly, do you want kids and a husband? Yes? Okay. Pursue a life that results in that. What people are explaining to you girls now is you put your career first and people second. Sometimes third or fourth. Right? And again, trusted from a guy who sees women doing it, they put their career first. Miserable. Miserable. You just have to be honest with yourself. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have a family and being married. Nothing wrong with that. Men, it's the same thing. Nothing wrong with wanting to have a hot wife or having a family. How do you get it? Don't chase after women. You must improve yourself. So to inevitably have what you want when you get old, and we're talking your late 20s and early 30s or so, if you want to have a family, well, then start acting like it. So men, you must work hard, major in the right thing, and become a good provider, and be in good physical shape. Ladies, if you like a husband, okay, that's fine. Not saying don't go to school, not saying that, but you better hit that gym. You better hit that gym, because another big lie they told all the women of my generation is that you can have kids until you're 327 years old. No, you can't. You will hit menopause. Don't know if you remember that back in sex ed or whenever they taught it. You have a time frame, and the time frame is not how long it is until you have menopause. The time frame is how long is it until you start to get old and ugly. Because men do not want old, ugly women. We like young girls with big tits, long hair, long legs, and tight asses that can back up into this. Boys, that's the rule for you, okay? Unless you're chubby chaser, which is perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that. You girls may not like that, but I'm sure you didn't like it that I told you majoring in child psychology was stupid. We don't have time for lies and propaganda. Don't worry. Your teachers and your parents and the media will lie to you all the time. This is just a couple eye droplets of truth that can save yourself a lot of time. So it's up to you guys. Boys, you could, like I said, that 26-year-old virgin, not one particular guy, but there's scores of them. They're just girls. And they're not in girls. Would you like men to be more in shape and ripped and have some charm and charisma? Well, that's why I'm trying to help them out. Same thing, I'm trying to help out the girls here too. Would you like to get married? Would you like to secure yourself a rich husband? Would you like to? Okay, well, you better be in shape. You better be pretty. And that's the easy part. You better learn to support your man. All right? None of this. You better do that. You'll find that 26-year-old computer programming engineer. You'll hate him. You'll cheat on him and you'll hate him. If you want a real man, you want to become feminine. I'm not saying roll over on your back. Learn how to become a Katharine Hepburn. Watch some old movies. Look at a Sophia Loren. Okay? None of these women. You could even more recently, Princess Leia. All right? She certainly wasn't a rollover, but she was certainly feminine. She cared about Han. He is not your enemy. I know you're being trained and programmed to think that young boys are your enemy, but they're not. So that's where men, you do not focus on women. Women, you do not focus on your careers. Right? You guys switch it. Join the military. I already said that. Oh, do not derive value from beliefs but accomplishments. This is huge. This you saw in the millennials of my generation as well. Millennials especially, the virtue signalers, the social justice warriors, if you look at any one of their profiles, they're out there championing this crusade or this, I'm for the environment, I'm for women, I'm for the poor, I'm for whatever, the snails, the whales, whatever they are. Look at their profile and ask, what is their day job? And what you're going to find out is they have nothing else going on. They have no real skills, they have no career. The only thing they have in their life is this crusade. And the reason they have this crusade, and they're so adamant and vociferous, adamant, emotional, passionate, that's the word, they're so passionate about it, is because they don't want to admit that they've accomplished absolutely jack fuck all in life. All right? Your value as a human being is what have you accomplished? What of value and worth did you produce for society that they willingly forked over? Bill Gates, he's worth several $1 billion because he produced something of immense value, a Windows operating system. Merck and Pfizer pharmaceuticals, you may not like them, but they produce drugs that save lives and maintain lives. That's why they have billions of dollars. You could even say my books. You know, I haven't created billions of dollars yet, unfortunately, but why do people willingly give me their money? Because I provided information and wisdom of value that helped improve their life. The farmer produced produce, gives you value. Sitting there and bitching about what? What are the villains? White people, males, America, capitalism, you know, that's all it is bitching. You didn't work. And when you're going to find out, and you're going to be tempted to do this, you're going to be tempted to replace accomplishments with positions. Well, I believe in this. Well, good for you. You didn't do jack all. Or, more recently, we saw this in the millennials, my gosh. Well, I identify as a asexual, sapiosexual. That's good for you. Now get your ass to work and go produce something of value in society. So do not replace accomplishments with positions or beliefs or religion. I'm a Christian. Doesn't matter. Good for you. Now get your ass to work. Right? And that seems to be more of it. And then the ultimate hypocrisy is when they rub it. Oh, you hate children because you don't agree with me. It's like, no. I want you to get a real freaking job and stop living off of society. Stop being a parasite. And that's all that is. That's all that is. Where I champion X cause. Give me money so I can fight for X cause. No, you want to avoid real job and real work. And you're trying to do it the really hard way. Because as you'll find out, look at the life of an activist. Look if they're see if they're fed right. see if they have a 401k. Chances are they don't. Spend less than you make. Very simple rule. Very hard to follow. You do that, you're not going to have any financial problems for your entire life. Spend less than you make. Simple. Related to that, pay cash for cars. That's for you boys out there. The girls are a little bit smarter than you on this one, but you boys are freaking idiots. Where you've watched the TV, I got to get a sports car. I didn't know. No limit to the number of young men who, upon graduating from college, still with student debts. Oh, and those car companies are there lined up. Hey, do you want a car? We'll get you a great interest rate. And then you guys go with $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 in debt to get yourself some luxury SUV. You pay cash for your cars. Okay? Cars are transportation. And you're not going to get chicks with it. Guys, you're not going to get chicks with them. You're not. I'll show you in a book here later on. I have an entire chapter dedicated to cars to make sure you idiot boys don't piss away your money on it. And that's it. That's the advice. Now, there's a lot more advice and a little bit more organized. Well, let's get that out of there. That doesn't need to be there. This, Bachelor Pad Economics. I know I mentioned the book Worthless. That's a book for everyone to get. This, Bachelor Pad Economics, a lot of advice, very thick, 500 pages. It's for men, but women could certainly read it because the laws of economics and finance do not change. It's not like there's one book for women and one book for men. This is universal, but it is written for men, so there's cursing and swearing and just blunt truth. You'll be offended. You'll need to run to your safe space. You'll need to file a complaint. You'll need to raise awareness. I don't care. It's truth in there. But if you guys were to read through that, and it's a reference book, you don't read through the whole thing. Like, nobody at your age should be reading the retirement section. But the first couple of chapters on college, finance, basics, budgeting, and all that, absolutely vital. Again, now that's a little bit more expensive. I think that one's $22 paperback. And audio might be $27. I'd almost recommend getting the book so you have it and you can reference it, because you don't have to click and figure out where it is, or Kindle. For honest to God's sakes, kids, just go buy that damn book. I'll put the link down below. But that is just going to save you an inordinate... I know this video, if you follow the advice, will save you an inordinate amount of time. But if you ever forget, you don't want to... you want something a little bit more concrete and detailed and hold your hand well, how do I do that? Get that book. All right? It will save lives. I cannot explain that enough. I'm not saying it to toot my own horn and make a lot of money. I'm saying it to toot my own horn, make a lot of money, and save you guys a life of fucking hell. Right? So that's it. You guys got questions, the Old Cappy's got answers. AssholeConsulting.com. That's the company I run. So if you're in high school, you don't trust your parents, you don't have an older brother, come talk to America's older brother at AssholeConsulting.com. Books, you can find them on Amazon.com. I got a podcast. Yeah, if you're in high school, maybe you're a little young for it. It's a little cursy, sweary, and I would not advise. Well, okay, I can't stop you, but if your parents find out, it's like Two Live Crew. If you guys remember that, you probably don't remember that, but when our parents found out we were listening to Two Live Crew, oh, did we get in trouble. Woo, did we get in trouble. Now, they're probably tame by today's standards. And then, what else? If you want to read economics, although I've been lagging on it, I got my blog, CaptainCapitalism.blogspot.com. Either way, get that book, that's more important. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.